Multiplying decimals, part 1. Example 1. 4.7 multiplying and dividing decimals in the text. You can see how to multiply two decimal numbers by first turning them into fractions. So the technique that is being used, so please take note of that. Take out your pencil, take out your paper, and start to write multiplying and dividing decimals. So start to write. You can see how to multiply two decimal numbers by first turning them into fractions. So please write that down. Multiply decimals by first turning them into fractions. Okay, so start writing that. So head your books, multiply decimals. All right. Multiplying decimals. We'll do division in another video. So write with me. Multiplying decimals. Okay. And the first thing you do according to the instructions, turn the decimals to, okay. Now, if you notice, the first thing that was done is to turn it to a mixed number, then to a fraction, okay? An improper fraction, in fact. So you turn the decimals to a mixed number, as you can see in this example. Convert the mixed number to an improper fraction. Okay. And then you multiply the improper fractions. Then turn improper fractions. Instead of saying turn back, turn improper fractions to decimal. But the improper fraction now is the product. The product, after you multiply, you get a product. Okay, when you divide, you get a difference. When you add, you get a sum. When you subtract, you get a difference. When you divide, you get a quotient. When you multiply, you get a product. So after you multiply, you get the product, and then the product, or you change it back into a decimal. So you multiply the improper fractions and turn the improper fraction, which is a product, to a decimal. And here you can see 3.6 times 1.4. Remember, 3 and 1, the 3 and the 1 are one place before the decimal point, so they are units. The 6 and the 4 are one place after the decimal point, so they are tenths. The 6 and the 4. Tenths means divide by 10. Okay, bear in mind, tenths means divide by 10. So the 6 and the 4 are tenths. They that have to be divided by 10. Okay. And then you have the mixed numbers converted to improper fractions. You multiply, and then you divide by 100 to turn back into decimal. Notice that 46 times 14 is 504, while 3.6 times 1.4 is 5.04. Note there are two decimal places, okay? Because 146 and 144. As there are two decimal places in the product, there are two decimal places in the answer, okay? So bear that in mind. 1, 2 decimal places in the answer, which is the product. So let's do this with me. Okay, so we have 3.6 times 1.4. Let's do it together. 3.6 times 1.4. So write this down, because for mathematics, you must write for it to understand that to make sure that you understand it. So write it down. 3.6 times 1.4 equal. Now remember, the 3 and the 1 are units. So that is 3 units and 6 over 10, because that's 6 tenths. 3 units and here it is, 3 units and 6 tenths. 3 units and 6 tenths. Okay, bear that in mind. The 6 and the 4 are one place after the decimal point, so they are tenths. Tenths means divide by 10. 6 tenths times 1 unit and 4 tenths. 1 unit and 4 tenths. Okay. Now, what we need to do now, we need to convert these mixed numbers to improper fractions by multiplying and adding. 3 times 10 is 30, plus 6 is 36 over 10. Multiply. 1 by 10 is 10, plus 4 is 14 over 10. Okay. So what we do now, we multiply numerator by numerator, denominator by denominator. So if you have a calculator, you can multiply 36 by 14. And 10 by 10, numerator by denominator, 10 by 10. 10 by 10 is 100. And you can prove in your calculator that 46 times 14 is 504. And then we divide by 10 to get 5.04. We divide by 100, sorry, to get 5.04. Okay, so here's the calculator to prove that 36 times 14 is equal to 504. So we have 504 divided by 100, divided by 100, 1 2 decimal places towards the left. So the answer is 5.04. Convert the product back to a decimal. Okay, 5.04. So please do this, repeat this, multiply in decimals, convert to mix, then to improper, multiply and divide by the denominator to give you back to decimal. In that case, it is 100